Peace to all of the kings and queens that's out there. This is your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher, and we are BACK tonight on one of the most informative shows out there in cyberspace. And if this is your first time watching the Mo Show, I highly encourage you to watch it. Tell your friends about it. Tell your family members about it. Tell your coworkers about it. Hell, tell your church members about it. Okay, that's right. Tell your church members about it. Maybe do some research and find out that what they are expecting or worshiping isn't what should be. But anyway, how have you all been doing? I haven't seen you all in maybe like 10 days, but I've been busy. Life takes its toll sometimes, but I've been, as always, reading, learning, doing projects with these kids, for the most part. And we're going to get straight into this. But before we get into this, if you got, the year is 2019 going into 2020. And if you have a white Jesus on your wall and you are a black man or a black woman in America, please take it down and have some respect and dignity felt. Okay? Why? Why do I say that? I say that because it's needed. It needed to be said. Because I know some of you black people out there still got that Jesus on your wall. I'm just saying. If every nation of a people worship something or someone that looks like them, what is your malfunction? Black man, black woman. It's common sense, but sense isn't common anymore. So this is what we're left with. And for those of us who out there know the truth, we are obligated to tell the truth. So take that white Jesus off your walls, because that holiday isn't what you think it is, which we'll get into some as we continue doing this video. You got Thanksgiving coming up. This is the holiday Holocaust. Now, I know that there's a T missing on the end of Holocaust. I will take care of this after the video. My T button wasn't working on my laptop. But Thanksgiving is coming up, and I have a question for you. What do you have to be thankful for? You say, well, Mo, I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for these bug-out ass kids that I got that I have to keep paying for every day. I'm thankful for the job that I have. What else you say you're thankful for? You're thankful for a car that you're not paying for. You're thankful for not having any businesses in your own community. You're thankful for being at the bottom of the totem pole. You're thankful for giving other people your hard-earned cash that you go out and slave for every day. And some of us go to jobs that we don't even like. But at the end of the day, and at the end of the year, what do you have after you go through this economic Holocaust season? And this video is entitled Economic Holocaust Season, because this is when black folks just lose their mind on Black Friday. They done already lost their mind on Thanksgiving, but they really gonna lose their mind on Black Friday. Why is it called Black Friday? We'll get off into that too. Okay, but here it is. Black people in America are over 400 years, 400 years in the hole. Over 400 years in the hole, in the rear, trying to catch up with the economy of white America. Let me tell you something real fast, real simple, real, black folks. At our state or stage in this game, this economic Holocaust, we will never catch up. We will never catch up, because even without the Holocaust economically that we're about to go through, we still don't own anything. We own 1%. We own half of 1% of anything. Half of 1% of anything. You do the math with all of these millionaires that we have, billionaires that we have. How many on one hand? How many millionaires, how many billionaires that we have that are black folks that they are not even helping us? So you think about it. You think about it. You say, well, go for self. You're supposed to go for self. That is the American way. That's not our ancestors' way. It's really not. And we did not celebrate all of these crazy holidays, okay? Like this Thanksgiving thing. What do you have to be thankful for? We spend over $1 trillion a year in this economy whose whole purpose is to see us have nothing and to keep us at the bottom until we either die from black on black violence, be imprisoned, be hooked on drugs, or just naturally die in the end. Either way, you still have nothing. The department store owners, the grocery store owners, they welcome you with gladness into their stores because they know that many of you are going to celebrate holidays that don't even exist. That don't even exist. Has anybody read that book entitled Before the Mayflower? If you haven't, I highly recommend that book for you. And in this book, you will find out that the Pilgrims or the Quakers, some Europeans, okay, came here and established a meal with some natives, okay, established a meal. They got together, yes, and made some deal. Let's have a meal. And after they had that meal with the natives, they actually slaughtered, murdered, body dismembered the native people and make you think that it's a holiday. What type of history is that? What type of lie is that? A day of betrayal, a day of horrific, tragic, and murder that you celebrate, but it's a sad saga in this U.S. history. And you think that it's a holiday. What is there to celebrate when we have this sad saga of a horrific day that took place, and they say that that's something to be thankful for? They call it that because they actually took it and they killed these people. And they took it. They took their shit. That's what they have to be thankful for, because they continue to take people's shit. In fact, if you look at the history of the Caucasian race, for those that's in power, it's all been about taking. And the real natives were black, not red, okay? They were black, not red. And the history of the Olmecs places history in its proper place. So if you have not studied anything in regards to the Olmecs, well, I don't expect for you to know what it is that I'm talking about. You must remember, he who conquers rewrite history, not as it should be, but as they see fit. In fact, Thanksgiving and Christmas should be like Halloween, trick or treat. American history has played a trick on all of us through miseducation and misinformation, which you have been treating them with a lavish lifestyle that you don't have by giving them all of your money. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Christmas. What the fuck is Christmas? Really, think about it. On December 25th, when that day arrives, the winter solstice will have already taken place. And if you're not familiar with the winter solstice, it starts around December 21st, December 22nd, depending upon which, time of year that they say that we are in, so to say, because you have a leap year and all of that stuff. But that day doesn't change. So it's like the 21st or the 22nd. And when that happens, when the winter solstice takes effect, Mother Nature hot water faucet is cut off. Nothing comes from the ground, nothing rises from the ground. Trees are dead because they have no leaves, but they're still standing. The faucet is cut off. It gets cold. You need a coat. You need a hat. And if you're in Chicago, you're going to need all of that: gloves, earmuffs, 2-3 pair of socks, plastic on your feet. You know what I'm saying. And nothing grows. Nothing grows in this winter solstice. But you, with your slavery philosophy, believes that some man died on the cross for you and he resurrected during a winter solstice. In fact, the Jesus freaks and the Bible thumpers cannot even show you the tomb of Jesus, nor can they show you any sepulchres of any of their prophets. None of them, not a one can they show you. In fact, when people go to Jerusalem, what do they show you? Excuse me, what do they go to? They go to the Wailing Wall. They don't go to Jesus' tomb. They don't go to what is it? Galgoeth Hill or Galgoeth Mountain, wherever that was, where they say that the man got crucified at, which is actually not a fact. It's actually a big fat lie. When you look at history versus real history, you find the Black Madonna with the baby Jesus that's over there in Rome is actually worshipped by the caucus pope and bishops. And then if you go to Washington, D.C., in front of the Library of Congress, you have the Black Moses standing there. And this Black Moses have been kissed so much by white America that his toes are being discolored from all of the kisses that he received. I'm just saying. The Black Madonna. See, the Pope doesn't worship the white Virgin Mary and Jesus. No. In fact, if you really look at it, the Pope is the Jesus Christ figure for all of the mentally enslaved people. That's right. And he worships the Black Madonna and baby Jesus. In fact, the whole story of Mary and Jesus actually derives from Kemet with Arsar, Aset, and Heru. Then you have Krishna of India. Then you have Thalmuds of Syria, and you have Isis of the Celtic Druid tribe. That's right, and many more. All you have to do is read this book entitled The World's 16 Saviors by Kersey Graves. And in that, you will find that the information that you have been trained to think and consume is actually a lie. This information in this book is an absolute necessary for anyone who is looking to evolve to a higher learning or a higher discussion. In fact, just from my standpoint, if any white man should be on that cross, it should be John Brown. I'm just saying, he died for a great cause. He died for you, for me, and for those of us maybe 200 years ago, 100 and some years ago, 100 and some years ago, about 150 years ago, that John Brown got hung for trying to free Black people. We actually took over Harper's Ferry. Yeah. And if you're not familiar with Harper's Ferry, look into that history. Even his sons were killed during this horrific attempt to get Black people to free themselves. But guess what? Black people did not even want to ride with the man. The man could have got away, him and his sons. But he waited for the Black people to show up, and they didn't even show the fuck up. No common sense. No common sense. No common sense. I don't understand it. So, yeah, that white man, if any white man was up there, should be John Brown and all of those people who helped Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad. Because if it wasn't for some Caucasians, this lady would not have been successful at all. And if you're not familiar with John Brown and the Harriet Tubman story, not the movie, but the story, I highly recommend that you read it. But getting back to the economic Holocaust, and every day we put ourselves at the bottom of the ladder. And what do we have? We have the worst of everything. That goes from homes, apartments, to food, everything. Here it is, you are in an economic war, yet you think that they are going to give you some reparations. In fact, if we could knuckle down even for 2 or 3 years, we will start pulling ourselves out of the condition that we're in and will be able to provide our own reparations. Not that they don't owe us. They should write the check. They're going to get most of it back anyway from all of the silly Black folks who want to spend their money on Cadillacs and gold chains when they should be investing their money in business. In one of my prior videos, I spoke about learning how to read the stock market and the NASDAQ. How many of you all took that advice? Maybe not too many. Maybe some of you did. But if you did not take that advice, I recommend that you take some time versus learning about some rap song or some booty call song, something degrading. You should be learning how to elevate your income and how to leave your child with something. Like I said, these holidays are coming up, and after these holidays are over, many Black folks are broke for the next 2 or 3 months, trying to get back on track from spending all of that money that they say that they don't have. But they continue to find a way to make it happen, and still after that 90-day or before the 90 days, those gifts that you bought for your child, they're broken. They're gone. A waste of money. A lot of people have to go back to those stores the next day because some of those items don't even work. If you don't believe me, go into Walmart the day after, go into those department stores the day after, and see what people are returning. And if you're smart enough, if you do want to do some dumbass shit like that, like celebrate the holiday, you should buy it after the holiday where it's cheaper. I'm just saying. Either way, you're being bamboozled. You're being hoodwinked. You're being had. It's an economic war, and we are losing. We are over 400 years behind, and we seem to cannot get it together. At one point, we had a Black Wall Street, but white America, they destroyed that right before our very eyes, dropped bombs on it, and we did nothing. Nothing. So it's time to start another Black Wall Street. Maybe not in Oklahoma, but maybe in another state or city, where there's predominantly a black people at, whereas black people have enough sense to start investing their money for themselves and doing something for themselves. It is absolutely necessary for us to start building businesses for ourselves. Absolutely. We will have nothing, absolutely nothing. Just think all of that money that you're going to spend on a holiday that don't even exist. Okay. Think about all of the money that you will save in 3 years, in 5 years, that you will actually have spent. You think about that, but you don't have no money to spend. Well, black people so poor, but Popeye's chicken is getting rich off of the sandwich. But black people don't have no money. If you serve 1 million people, you made $1 million off a $1 sandwich. I'm just saying, have a which way it go. I don't know how much they cost because I don't eat that type of stuff. You're going in the grocery stores. Over 50% of that which you buy in the store is fake. Fake food. Fake food in the grocery store. Look, they figured out that they just can't wipe us all out. So if you can't afford real food, you have to buy or purchase the poisonous fake food, which causes illnesses in your body. Most of the time we get sick is because of what we eat and what we're not eating. You see? And with all of this fake food, this GMO, and whatever else they got going on in this food, it alters the genetics in your body. Because the food that's eating is modified, is genetically modified. So it's going to genetically modify your own genes in your body once you consume it. I'm just saying, they make it impossible, almost impossible for the masses of people to eat properly. In fact, the masses of people, many of the masses of people have to eat fake food because they don't know how to grow their own food. In fact, a lot of food that we eat or purchase, we don't even need it. Our bodies are not made for it. I'm just saying. So while you picking up that extra 10 to 15 pounds over the next month, over the next 2 months, think about what I'm telling you. I'm not saying don't have a good time with your family if that's what you do, but you already are using your funds inappropriately to make other pitch for a holiday that don't exist for you, and then you consume that which they sell you, which is no good for you. But you don't have to listen to me because I'm a black man and I don't know nothing. But I get a white guy from the FDA and told you something about some food, 9 times out of 10, you'll probably believe me. Sadly, that's the problem. Another problem. Black people feel that black people don't know shit. Black people feel that black people are dumb, just like the white man has said, you're dumb. Why does he say you're dumb? He programmed you. He educated you. He just about knows what you know. If you haven't re-educated yourself, you have to detoxify yourself from that garbage that has been instilled into your mind. And until you're able to do that, we will continue to have an economic holocaust that will continuously keep us at the bottom, exactly where this system wants you at. You thought how much we spend on fake hair for the black women. Think about how much we spend in tobacco. Think about how much we spend on Air Jordans. Think about how much we spend on Pampers for our own children that we can't even provide. Black people don't even have a manufacturing company. Sad. When are you all going to wake up? When are you all going to wake up? When are you all going to wake up? Newsflash. The United Nations agreed and said that the U.S. should give the land back to the natives. What? Did you hear what I said? The United Nations agreed that the U.S. should give this land back to the natives whom they took it from. That's word. But here it is. You have the audacity to stupefy yourself with their holidays. You continue to provide them with a lavish lifestyle. You continue to provide them with luxurious cars. You continue to send their children to college when yours can barely read to make it into college. And the sad part about it, as they push these kids through the system, and when they don't go to college, when they do go to college and they don't complete it, it's the same just about as going and not having a job to pay the money back. I'm just saying. That Kwanzaa thing that Black people celebrate, which is a Black fake Christmas that, if I'm not mistaken, the CIA devised for you. If I'm not mistaken, do your research. You ask your children that you send to school every day, did you do your homework? Obviously, you haven't done yours, because if you did, you would not be wasting your time standing in line on a Black Friday, spending your money, not only on Black Friday, this whole holiday season. Sucker. You're not staying sucker free. You're staying a sucker. And you ask your children, did you do your homework, little Timmy? Hell, the parents have not done their homework. So you think about that the next time you ask your child, did they do their homework, when you haven't done yours? And it's called re-educating. Re-educating your mind, re-educating your children, re-educating your neighbor, re-educating the neighborhood and or the community that you stay in, for the upliftment of yourself and for those who are in like conditions like yourself. I'm just saying, if you think I'm wrong, stop me. Stop me where you think I'm wrong. You can't. Who is that there? Earthman, peace, brother. How you doing? Let me type some on this brother. How you doing, brother? Thanks for viewing. I appreciate that. Yeah, my Y button not working. My T my T button not working. Like I said, I got to go back and do the title and add the T once I finally, post it. How you doing, brother? I appreciate that. I appreciate the brother for tuning in. But like I said, we have an economic war going on, and if you are not economically prepared mentally to deal with what's going on, we will continue to fall deeper into a hole, Hell, they say that they owe us $17 trillion in reparations. Hell, we spent over $1 trillion in 1 year, and we don't have anything. And we didn't spend it with ourselves. Just think if we did. Just think of the people who said that we're not selling you no Pampers for your babies no more. Think about the people who said we're not selling you those Jordans anymore. Think of those people, or even gym shoes. Fuck Jordan. We're talking about gym shoes, dress shoes, underwear, shoestrings, tissue. That's sad that we have all of these great minds and all of these millionaires And all of these black folks running around here with college degrees, and we can't even provide tissue for ourselves. But we say we got sense. We say we educated. I don't think so. I think we need to get a revamping of that education and do some more research and do your homework on the holidays that you are actually celebrating. So is there something that I have to be thankful for? Well, I'm thankful that I'm alive. Yes, I'm thankful that I'm alive, and I'm thankful for having my parents still around. I'm thankful to still have my grandmother around. I'm thankful for a roof over my head. But isn't there so much life? Isn't there so much more to life than just that? You know, I seen this image of a house in the middle of nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. And you know what it said at the bottom of that image, or at the top of the image? I forget. But it said that you work your life, you work all your life, and this is what you got. A little hut. You work 30 to 40 years out your life, and you got a little hut that really still ain't yours because you're still paying for it. And if things jump off that home that you thought that you paid for, if they come up with that eminent domain for your property, it's gone, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm just saying. Am I right or am I wrong? What else did I find out? I found out about that police sheriff deputy dude. Got caught up in the sex scandal. Got caught up in the sex scandal. And now his ass is in jail. So I hope they have a real party with his ass. Not to mention the fact that Prince Andrews admitted that he had relationships with Mr. Epstein, and they kicked his ass out of the palace. The palace didn't want any more secrets revealed, so they put him out. They left him on his own, but I don't know. That's good for his ass. That's good for them. For even being involved with a sucker like, not a sucker, but a demonic, evil person like Epstein. Having little young girls on his island and shit like that. And you wonder how some of these people get rich. Some of these people get rich by evil means, and they don't give a fuck. So during this holiday season, make sure that you're not being wrapped up for somebody's gift that you don't know. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. I'm not going to hold you all too much longer because I got something to do myself. Tomorrow's another day. I won't say that day. I don't want to give Odin or Woodin for Wednesday. Woodin. You know, you got to be careful what you say, because you be conjuring up these demonic spirits, and you give them energy and power. You really do. And if you study the history of Christmas, you will know that all of that goes back to Greek and Roman demonic sorcery and worshiping. That's what you got. They just capitalizing on it, and the Pope knows it. That's why he worships the Black Madonna while you worship him. And if you don't worship him, you worship that fake guy that they gave you up there that they call Jesus or Isa or Yahshua ben Yusuf or whatever name that you want to call the fake man, okay? If any man should be up there, it should be the black man, because the black man is always dying to save the lives of another black man. But like I said, if it happened to be white, it should be John Brown and not that fake ass Serapis dude that they got hanging on the wall. That's in your church, that's in your home, that's in your bedroom. I'm just saying. And with that, you all, I want to thank you all for in a couple of days with some more good stuff for you all. I just had to say something. I just had to say something. because this is going to continue to go on as long as we want it to continue to go on, and we will always be broke. Aren't you tired of being fucking broke? Aren't you tired of lying to your children about some fucking Santa Claus that don't exist? You don't even have a chimney for the fat white Santa Claus to even come down. I'm just saying. So stop lying to your kids. Stop lying to yourself and save you some fucking cash. Save some cash. Maybe you'll be able to leave your kids something when you leave this existence or this plane of existence. Whether if it be realty or whether it be money. We don't have anything to leave our children at all. We 400 years in the hole. Stop making fucking people rich. We have gave free labor for over 400 years. Aren't you tired of fucking giving and not getting? You think about that. It's your brother, the 13th letter to the cipher, you all. Stay sucker free. I don't wish you a happy holiday. I wish you a happy wake the fuck up day and refresh your mind and detoxify it. It's the 13th letter to the cipher. Stay away from the po-po. Don't drink and drive. And if you're smoking weed, don't be smoking it in your car while you're driving, and have some love, peace, and respect for yourself.